Hello, my name is Chiara Sabatini and I'm an English teacher. I teach to 11 to 14-year-old kids and I'm also an e-twinning ambassador. That's why I gave this title to my video, that is e-twinning and CLIL, or CLIL and e-twinning. One of the e-twinning projects I'm involved in this year is BFG, Books for Friends Are Great. And I decided to talk about one of the activity I carried out in this project this year. It is a CLIL activity and it involves history and literature mainly. The activity is about Victorian Britain and Charles Dickens. So we started with a photocopy on Victorian Britain, the one you can see in the photo, and it was a history activity. In fact, the teacher of history helped us with some of the words and with some of the key facts during Victorian age. Then I asked the students to do the activity in pairs, and what they had to do, it was a fill-a-gap exercise. So in this way they reviewed and practiced simple past. Some days later, I presented another activity that was a web quest on Charles Dickens. To do so, I used the interactive board and I showed them the photocopy that I gave them and the way how to do the web quests. So they had websites and questions to create and answers to give. For this activity, they worked in small groups and they had to create the questions first and then go to the internet using their mobiles and the tablets or the computer and answer to the questions. So they started creating the questions and looking for the answers. As you can see, they were involved and they were also having great fun. They also carried out different tasks in the group, because some of them were looking for the answers and some others were writing the questions and helping the weakest students to creating the questions. In this way, I also had the chance to go around all the groups and help them with the creation of the questions so that we could review simple past interrogative form, and all of them could ask me if they had doubts. And here is the result: questions and answers. To evaluate this activity, I used the grid you can see in the photo. I created this grid using Ruby Stuff for Teachers. So I took into account the contribution of each student to the teamwork, the responsibility each student showed during the work, the collaboration they showed during the teamwork, and if they were listening to each other's ideas and so on, the use of English. So the way they created the questions, if they remembered how to create a question using the simple past, and the use of technology. So there were some students who were more used to use technology and some others who were a bit weak on these too. While taking this course, I was really involved in week 4, the one about extensive reading, and I decided, together with a French partner in this e-twinning project, to read some parts of Oliver Twist with the students. But after having carried out the activities within the CLIL course on extensive reading, I changed my mind a little bit. In fact, I wanted the students to choose what they wanted to read, so I asked them to browse on Charles Dickens's biographies and have a look if they were curious about some of the titles. So it came up that they wanted to read something about Bleak House which I don't know anything about because I've never read it. I spent this last week reading Bleak House and searching for useful material to use in class. I will create some activities on a chapter of the novel, and my students will read it and do the activity, and I hope we all have fun together.